Fighting the ultimate battle with the fate of Earth in the balance. Today we're taking a look at Hiya Toys Exquisite Mini Aliens vs. Predator Requiem Battle Damage Wolf Predator. Welcome back. So normally I wouldn't look at the battle damaged version of a figure before I look at the regular one, but unfortunately the masked and unmasked version of this guy are in the mail, and I did happen to get this one at my local comic book store, so I thought we'll take a look at him first. So I will be doing comparisons between him and the normal version in the reviews of the other versions of the Wolf Predator. This will just be looking at this one. So looking at the packaging, we have our normal Hiya Toys box here. Good look at the figure. On the back we get some pretty cool pictures from Hiya Toys. So let's get him out and see how he looks. Measuring the Wolf Predator up, as you can see he stands about 4 3/4 inches tall, or about 11.5 centimeters. And if we bring in the Xeno Warrior that we looked at earlier from AVPR, you can see how they scale together. So he's a little bit shorter than the Xenomorph, which is appropriate, I think. For accessories, this figure actually brings quite a bit. We get our Hiya Toys base with a single peg here, which you can use to hold the figure up. And you've got these two clips, you can put it around the sides, any of these little notches along it, and attach it to another Hiya Toys base to form a more sturdy diorama. Very useful, I use this for all my figures. You also get an additional pair of hands. You have a relaxed right hand with a little bit of blood splatter on it, and a splayed open left hand, again a little bit of blood on it, not too much. What is a Predator without weapons? So we do get the Predator Spear here. This is similar to the ones that we saw in AVP1, with a little bit more blood on it, which is nice. See nice paintwork and weathering in that on it. Looks like it's been through quite a bit. We also get the splayed open bladed weapon here, again that we saw with the AVP1 Predators. No blood on this one. His weapon here. Unfortunately, this is a solid rubber piece. It would have been nice if it was more flexible, maybe had a bendy wire in it like the alien's tail, because that's what the material feels like. But it is just a solid piece here that will hang off his belt. You can see they've done a nice job of detailing it in that. Really cool weapon. And last but not least, we do have an alternate head with the closed mouth, and this is really surprising because none of the other Predator figures actually came with an alternate head. The only other Hiya Toys figure that did come with an alternate head was the Alien Covenant Neomorph, which was a pretty simple design figure. It didn't come with any accessories, so to include a whole nother head for the exact same price as the other Predators is really surprising and very welcome. So that's a pretty good selection of accessories, I think. We'll take a closer look at this in comparison to the normal head in just a moment when I take a look at the figure. But yeah, really cool to have this. So for the Alien vs. Predator Requiem film, they actually went back and revised the Predator design, going more for a Predator 1 or Predator 2 design for the Predator, instead of the big muscular bodies we saw in the first AVP movie. And I do like this design quite a bit more than the Predator 1 or AVP1 versions. As you can see, he's been through quite a bit. I haven't actually seen the movie since it came out on video, so I really don't remember it that well. I don't remember if he was always missing the tusk and was blind in the one eye, or if this is just from the battle damage that he receives through the film. But you know, I don't really care too much about the movie. I just like the design of the figure and the character, and this is a really good looking one. See the paintwork on his face is really well done. Lots of different colors in that. Looks way better than the open mouth scar Predator that I reviewed. The texturing on his head and everything there. They didn't go too overboard on the paint for the blood. He's not completely soaked with it, it's just a little bit, just enough. Really like how vibrant it is, that green glow. You can see the eyes are really nicely done. 2 plasma casters on him, which is very cool. He's dual wielding. They are articulated, they're on a hinge and swivel and everything like that. It's good, and you can see he does have bone necklace. It does hinder articulation, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. Bandolier with lots of really cool little weapons and stuff. It's all kind of a solid rubber piece. None of these things come out, but it does look like they do. He does have his hook here on his side so that he can attach the lasso here, that weapon. That's pretty cool. Just take that off, it'll fall off. And he does have his extendable blades. That's them fully out. They do go in a little bit, so like a lot of the other Predators, they're out quite a bit. But I like that look, so that's pretty cool. There's his wrist computer. Unfortunately, again, doesn't open. It would have been nice to have a swap out version that does open, so it just gives you a little bit more posing options. As for hands, he does have gripping hands on the body there for holding the spear and everything. And that great Hiya Toys paint on the metallic parts, really making it look like metal. It does have peg holes on both feet. Just move up. Spikes on the calves here, which we haven't seen in the other Predators. Just little bits of variation in painting that. I like that they do that. They don't just all paint it in one. It just breaks it up and makes it look more interesting. And a really different backpack design here. Quite a bit longer. Not reusing any parts or anything like that. And then it does his hair does kind of fit in between all that and looks really good. It doesn't look bunched up or anything or awkward. So yeah, I really like the look of this guy. I think his paintwork is really excellent, and it's nice that they changed it up from the AVP-1 style and made each Predator kind of unique in that. I don't like when they all look the same, which was one of the problems with the AVP-1 movie and figures. So comparing the two head sculpts, you can see we do have the closed and the open mouth. Pretty well the same as far as paint deco goes. There's a little bit of variation, which you'll get from figure to figure, but it's really nice to have this option to display him however you want. I think I do like the open mouth version best, but both are really nice. You can see on the bottom there is just a peg hole there, so we'll pop his head off. Comes off nice and easy. Just make sure his necklace is the right way around. And then just take it. And pop it on there. And there he is with the more closed mouth. So yeah, really nice to have an alternate head. It's kind of a shame they didn't do that with some of the other Predators, but cost and stuff like that, understandable. Yeah, it looks good. I like this guy. So for articulation, as mentioned, the necklace does get in the way of head movement, but if you want, you could pop that off and maybe get a little bit more movement out of him. So as it is, he doesn't really look up and down too much, but he does look, of course, side to side, and there is a little bit of swivel or rocking back and forth. One thing I do kind of not like about this figure is that the arms are kind of stuck out like the AVP-1 figures. I'm not sure why they engineered them like that, because that wasn't a problem with the Predator 2 ones, but it is what it is. So the arms are able to raise really high. This one doesn't raise quite as high because of the shoulder armor, but you can see that. There is a cut at the bicep, which swivels. You do have the double bend elbow, pretty good. The hands are on a ball peg. As far as the ab crunch goes, He doesn't really go back a whole lot because this big backpack piece kind of hits his butt there, gets in the way. He does go forward just a little bit. He does rock back and forth. There is a little bit of rotation at the waist. Oh, actually, there's quite a bit. He's able to do the splits very well. Doesn't kick back too much, but kicks forward okay. Double bend knee, and the feet rotate, but there is no hinge or anything back and forth. Oh, there's just a tiny little bit actually. Yep, so a little bit. So he's kind of similar to some of the other predators. He's limited by certain aspects of his design, this backpack, the necklace, and everything like that. But it's what we've seen with Hiya Toys. I do wish that the arms were able to just get a little bit closer to the body. You can kind of pose them, rotate them like that, and kind of get them in, but it is a little bit awkward. Like, that's not as bad, but I wish it would go straight down to the body like the Predator 2 figures. So overall, I really do like this guy. From the different armor pieces, the dual plasma casters, his different weapons, and then of course the battle damage, the missing tusk, the blind eye, and everything. He really does look very different from the other Predators, and really unique as a character. In figure form, I think Hiya Toys has done a really excellent job of painting this guy up. The mouth and everything looks great. I really like the paint for the blood and everything. Really nice vibrant green that they went with it, but they didn't overdo it. And to have the second head sculpt there is really amazing. I wasn't expecting that at all. I didn't even know it came with the second head sculpt. I don't think that was in any of the pictures or anything. So it was a surprise to pick it up and see that second head in there. But I think he'll make a great addition to any Predator display. No matter what you think of the film, he's still a cool looking Predator. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. That would really help me out. I have reviewed many Alien and Predator figures, and I have many more to come, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see those. But for right now, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.